Most people think the problem is stress, or motivation, or not having enough time. But what if the real problem is simpler than that? What if your life feels exhausting, not because of what happens to you, but because of how you react to it? This isn't motivation, and this isn't a typical book summary. This is a quiet story, inspired by powerful ideas from books, told in a way you can actually feel. Every morning, Alex woke up tired, not because he didn't sleep, but because his mind was always busy. Before his feet touched the floor, his thoughts were already running. Emails, deadlines, things he should have handled better yesterday. He worked hard, stayed busy, did everything people call productive. And still, his life felt stuck. No real progress, no clarity, just movement without direction. One evening, something small happened. During a meeting, his manager corrected him in front of others. Not harsh, but not encouraging either. A few people avoided eye contact. Someone kept typing on their laptop. Alex felt that familiar tightness in his chest. Normally, this was the moment his thoughts would spiral. He would defend himself, replay the meeting in his head, carry it home, carry it into the night. But that day, something was different. He stayed quiet. Not weak, not afraid, just quiet. For a few seconds, nothing happened. And in those seconds, Alex noticed something. The situation didn't change, but he did. The silence felt uncomfortable, almost unnatural, but underneath it, there was something unexpected. Control. If this moment feels familiar to you, stay with this story, because this isn't really about Alex. It's about what happens when you stop reacting on autopilot. Later that night, lying in bed, Alex realized something simple and uncomfortable. Life wasn't exhausting him. His reactions were. Every comment, every delay, every frustration, he had been giving his power away to people, to situations, to moments he couldn't control. And a quiet question appeared. Not dramatic, not philosophical, just honest. What if I choose my response instead of reacting automatically? He didn't feel confident asking it. He felt unsure, but the question stayed. Over the next few days, Alex started paying attention, not trying to change everything at once, just noticing. When traffic slowed him down, he felt irritation rise. But this time, he didn't feed it. He let it pass. When someone disagreed with him, he listened, not because he suddenly became calm, but because he paused. And in that pause, something shifted. The moment didn't control him. He controlled the moment. Slowly, almost quietly, other things began to change. He stopped trying to fix everything at once. He stopped chasing every distraction. Instead, he focused on what actually mattered. Health, which he had always postponed. Skills, which he planned to improve someday. Relationships, which he assumed would take care of themselves. These things never felt urgent. They never demanded attention, but they shaped everything. Alex still had bad days, still made mistakes, still felt emotions. But now there was space between the feeling and the action. That space changed everything. Weeks passed. Nothing dramatic happened, no sudden breakthrough, no big announcement. But Alex felt lighter, not because life became easier, but because he stopped fighting everything. He wasn't living on autopilot anymore. He wasn't blaming as much. And for the first time, responsibility didn't feel like pressure. It felt like freedom. Because when you realize that you can choose how you respond, you stop feeling trapped. Life stops happening to you, and slowly it starts happening with you. That's when Alex understood something important. Being effective isn't about doing more. It's not about speed or perfection. It's about awareness. It's about choosing better, even when it's uncomfortable. And that choice, made again and again, quietly reshapes a life. If this story made you pause, even for a moment, then it did its job. And if you enjoy stories like this, stories inspired by books that help you think clearer and live calmer, subscribe to Bookify. Here, we don't rush through books. We turn ideas into stories you can actually live with.